Hey, what's going on YouTube? Today, here with Tough Outdoors, we're going to be changing the sights here on Derek's Glock. It's the G19 model. And Derek just bought the Ameriglo Spartan Tacticals. I really like these sights. I have them on my Glock. They use a tritium inserts inside of them. If you need any kind of flashlight charge, they just constantly glow. They last for about 10 years, and they're just really cool sights. With the Spartan Tacticals, the rear sight is different from the front sight in that there is no paint around the dots. Now during the day, you're going to be able to see them just fine, but then at night, this is where it really comes into handy. So the front sight has that orange little bit there, and the rear sight don't. So you can still line them up, and you're going to tell that everything's all lined up. Or if you had just a regular 3-dot sight, your sight could be something like that, and you would think that they're all lined up when in fact they're not. So that's what I really liked about these Spartan Tacticals. So to change them out, it's super easy. Here I got a sight pusher tool for the rear sights. I've seen it done before where all you need is just a pin punch to get the rear sight out. But it's just so much easier if you just get a sight pusher tool. This one here is from Glock Meister. Then the front sight, it's a little screw fit. So I just use this little tool here, and you just unscrew the front sight. It just pops right out. After screw for 10 hours. There it goes. Alright, the front side just pops right off of there. Yeah, you can see there's like a little recess that your front side will sit down into, and there's the hole for the screw. So you just take your Ameriglo front sight, you unscrew the bottom screw bit. And you just plop it in that same recess, flip it over, and then just screw it back in. You want to make sure you get it down there real nice and snug too. Alright. Now for the rear sight, like I said earlier, you could just use a regular pin punch to knock out the rear sight and knock back in the new one. But I like to use this sight pusher tool. It just makes it that much easier. You just slide in between the two grooves here. Kind of locks your slide in. Now if you're using a sight pusher tool, you want to make sure you don't tighten this bit down too much, because you actually will bend in your slide if you do it too much. Also helps if you go spin your little screw the right way also. Alright, you just twist your wing nuts here and push the rear sight right out. So out comes the old rear sight. Spin this one all the way back. Then you will start to align the new rear sight as you start spinning this wing nut. And it just slides right on in there. Then what I like to do to try to make sure that that rear sight's in there centered, back this off a little bit, is I'll take it outside of the thing here, and I'll just look on either side of the rear sight. You can kind of tell up here that needs to come over to the right just a little bit more. So we'll just put it back in pusher tool, lock her back in. And we'll just give it a little bit more. And if you go too far, you can always just bring it right back. So take it back out. And that looks about good. That front side looks a little off. Alright. Now we got everything back tightened down, the rear sight. Pretty close to center, about as close as we're going to get. Again, these were the Ameriglo Spartan Tacticals for Glock. And I really like these sights. I think Derek's going to love them. I think you guys will too.